Tired of this old house, gotta get out. Gonna get a little bit loud. Cold drinks and friends all around. Headed to the lake.
Okay, so everybody has a 10-minute job that turns into an all-day job. Well, today I'm going to tell you a story about a 10-minute job that turned into a 2-week job. Well, it's going to be 2 weeks in a day because I'm not done with it yet. So, backstory here. My daughter, she's 18 years old. She drives a 79 Pontiac Firebird. She daily drives the car. It's what she drives every day everywhere she goes. So that's her 79 Pontiac. So it's got a automatic and a 301 in it. Now I know some of you Pontiac guys probably already know why this turned into a 2-week job. I am not a Pontiac guy. I did not know before I done this that the 301 was kind of the bastard of the Pontiac family. So what had happened is it had a little 301 in it, a little 2-barrel carburetor, the whole deal, and the carburetor was starting to get some issues. I decided, well, let's go ahead and pep up this little 301 a little bit, do a little work to it, put a 4-barrel on it, and get a little more grunt out of it. You know, I mean, it's still a 301, but get a little bit more fun out of it. That was supposed to be a quick job. Pull the intake off, put another intake on, do a couple of minor things, slap a good 4-barrel on it, and roll. It took me 2 weeks to track down an intake. I tracked down a used intake, ended up, we refurbished it, cleaned it up, and that's what you'll see later in the video. We cleaned it up, spruced it up, put a little paint on it, put the car back together, and so with today, after a couple of trips to the hardware store for different bolts that I needed, after a couple of trips to the auto parts store for different gaskets and stuff that, of course, they don't have in stock, ended up buying gasket material and making some gaskets. I needed a plate to change the way some of the vacuums were done on it. I had to make my own plate for it, for a block-off plate for one of the vacuum ports that was no longer needed. So there's been quite a bit of stuff having to be done to this to make it what we wanted. So there's a couple things yet to be done. I've got to make a plate to offset the throttle linkage to move everything back just a hair so that it lines up. I gotta make this stuff, and I don't mind making it. I actually enjoy doing metal work and making brackets and things like that, so it's no big deal. It's just time consuming. So I've got to make a bracket to move the throttle linkage back. I've got to redo the fuel line. It had a hard metal fuel line, and the way it was shaped and ran, it doesn't work with the new carburetor that's on it. It's actually running a dual line Holly on it now, so that's not going to work with it. So there's a couple of little minor things that still be done, but honestly, it's a hot day, and I'm working on it outside because the shop's full. And I'm just tired. It's a Friday, so I'm done for
As you Pontiac guys know, a Pontiac 301 intake is not easy to find. So we finally found this one. It's a used one, and she's in good shape, but in a very dirty and rusty shape. But as far as cracks or anything like that, there's nothing like that. So it's a very usable intake. It just needs to be cleaned up. So we're gonna go through the effort out here today of refurbishing this intake. It's a beautiful day. Didn't want to be inside, so I'm bringing it outside and said, "I'm gonna tailgate a truck once on it." Enjoy a little sunshine. That's the one freedom right now that hadn't been taken away from us. So we're going to get out here and clean it up, get all this old gasket off. We'll clean all this old dingy surface rust off of this, and clean her up real good, and then get her painted. So I can't do everything and hold the camera, so we're going to, first off, I'm going to get a hold of it and clean all this up. So get the rust off of it, cleaned all the old gaskets off, taped everything up, and shot a coat of paint on here. Since the whole world's kind of shut down right now, there's no reason for me to go loafing around in town to try to find the correct Pontiac color. So it's probably going to end up either Ford blue or black. Honestly, is what it's going to end up being. So we'll see here in a little while. so as happens in life, things change. I was using this kind of silvery gray color as a primer just because I had it, and then I was going to paint it some random color that I had laying around here. My daughter sees it, she likes this color, so her car, so I guess it's going to stay this kind of silvery color. We'll see how it turns out. So we got the intake on. It's just bolted down right now. So of course, still got to put all the other stuff on. But the intake is on. I got to give my daughter kudos. It was a good call. Just leaving it this gray cast iron kind of color that I was going to use as primer. It actually looks good on there. One thing I wish I had it filmed for the guys that have not fooled with these Pontiac motors is, let's look at the old gasket here. I have to question the design of only having 3 instead of the 4, and I'm not a Pontiac guru, so I'm not real sure what they were thinking or what the purpose of only doing 3 instead of 4 is. I'm not real sure why they designed it this way. This is the water crossover. But one thing that I wanted to show you, and I wish I'd done it if I put these on. These are, of course, the old ones that come out. These things have little, they go right in, and then they snap in there, and they go into the bolt holes. The bolt holes are recessed a little bit, and they snap in there. And again, I'm not a Pontiac guru. This is a Ford. I could tell you when they started doing it, why they done it, and probably the part number for it off the top of my head. Chevrolets, I could probably give you an idea of why they're doing it. Pontiac is just out of my wheelhouse. I'm not sure what they were doing, but it appears that these are just locators for the gasket, so they snap and lock the gasket in and hold the gasket in place so it doesn't move around. So either way, these go back into the new one. So also, they have this is just a flat surface right here. Again, not sure what the design is or why they done it. This is just a flat surface right here, and it has a rubber O-ring type washer right there, and it sits in there, and then this one bolt right here on the side pulls it down tight against that, and it goes from the back of the water pump into there. Again, not real sure what the design was, the reasoning behind that was, but that's the way it's designed. So there's a couple things for the guys that don't deal with Pontiacs, things to look at if you ever have to deal with one of these. And this is the Pontiac 301. Not real sure if this design carried throughout all the Pontiac motors, but so yeah, let's get this thing finished and buttoned up. Got a few issues to address. I've got to fix the linkage so it connects like it's supposed to. Fix the fuel line, and I'm missing one bolt. So this might be it for today. Alright, so there it is. There's the world of what I've been dealing with a little Pontiac. Now, side note, as you can see, the motor needs to be cleaned up, and I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I probably should have done that already, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit. That is the original motor of the car. It's actually only got 89,000 miles on it. But I would be interested if anybody happens to have any laying around that they want to part with at, a fairly decent price. Some better valve covers for it. Maybe some chrome valve covers, maybe some old school finned aluminum type valve covers, whatever you might have laying around. If they're just kind of collecting dust and in your way and you want to cut a guy deal on them, just let me know. Again, this is for my daughter's daily driver. It's not like I'm trying to get anything out of this car. As of right now, she's driving it and she's enjoying it. So if you have anything, let me know. Other than that, I will give a quick update when the thing's done. Like I said, I got a couple of brackets to make, and then the car will be done. So there's a little quick video for today. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna try to get a little better content later on. It's hard to do detailed stuff and hold a camera at the same time, so it is what it is for right now. But a little video for you to watch, enjoy, and till next time, y'all stay tuned. Hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. So till next time, God bless you.
Tired of this old house, gotta get out. Gonna get a little bit loud. Cold drinks and friends all around. Headed to the lake.